Hey there, in this video you're going to learn about an identity shift, a change in who we are, and that identity shift is going to enhance the quality of your life in ways that are amazing, amazing. So if we think about what our identity is, my name is Brian, right? You have a first name, but that's really just the name of our self, meaning that our self is a physical person in the world that has a history, your story, and everyone's got a different one. So that's kind of cool because at the level of self, we're all different. Now, it's nice when we're with other selves that we can get along with. We have similar interests or similar backgrounds. When we have that, we have some type of communion or camaraderie of the self. And we're able to see our own self in others and really get along when we have shared experiences or shared emotional connections. If we've been through some of the same things, then we're going to have unity. Now, what if we could get out of ourself though? And why would we even want to? Well, if we could get out of ourself and exist somewhere else, just slightly above or beyond the positive and negative experiences of our life, well, that would be probably pretty freeing. It'd probably help us out a lot, because then we wouldn't be subjected to some of the limitations that we have as our unique individual self. So that's what we're talking about, an identity shift. And what do we mean by this? Well, at the level of self, we're all different, and sometimes that means we're going to bump heads. And we might even get into arguments. We might even get into I'm right, you're wrong, or vice versa. And we want to avoid that type of thing. That happens normally because we are emotionally connected to our identity of our personal history, our personal story. For example, like I was born in Connecticut. I might be somebody that thinks that born in the United States in Connecticut, that's such a strong identity for me that if you're not born on the East Coast of America, then, I might form some judgments about you. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just using it as an example. So we could get attached to any little data point about ourself, and then we could sort of pit ourselves against others as a result. So identity as a self is not a perfect thing. It's going to cause conflict, or at least going to cause differences. And we want those differences in the world because then we're free to be ourselves, to be the thing that we were created to be. So we can bring something new into the world through our unique experiences, our unique personhood. So if we want to avoid those conflicts, especially in relationships where there's arguments or where we're feeling drained emotionally or where there's power struggles, nobody likes that. We can do that really easily if we shift our identity outside of self to something else. And that's all this video is about. It's very simple. Most good ideas are simple. And this concept is going to be able to help you rise above your day-to-day experiences while still being in them. It's called really head in the clouds, feet on the ground. And that way you're going to be able to operate in a much more efficient way because we won't be burning up energy or emotions accidentally, based on what people say or do around us. We won't be giving them our power and they won't be taking it. Remember, nobody really takes our power. We're just either in a position where we are emotionally disturbed and so then we are saying and doing stuff that we wish we wouldn't have done, or maybe we're in a position where we are reacting to what is happening in the world around us or in person's experience around us. And we don't like it, or it rubs us the wrong way, or we feel a little bit of and we react to it. And when we do that, that attaches us to it. And ouch, 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 we end up sort of lashing out, and we end up hurting ourselves, feeling drained. Then, of course, we have to go back and amend our behavior. Sorry, my emotions got the best of me. I'm trying to live outside of myself. I'm trying to live in a calm, serene state of mind so that I can then employ my emotions as a response to life, not be pushed and pulled around by your words or behaviors of other people or the world news or any of that. I don't want to be pushed and pulled around by reactions. I want to move with free will on higher ideas, on intuitive ideas, and wield my emotions to generate my forward movement. I want to be directionally correct. And I can only do that if I'm in this other state of identity. And that's what we're talking about, this identity shift outside of self, outside of our personal history, and into this other space. And it's so simple. Here's what it is. We all have that physical, mental, and emotional part of us, ourself. But we also have this other thing. You can simply call it awareness. Consciousness, awareness, the observer, this fourth dimension of life. The Spirit, you want to call it the Spirit? You can call it, in Christianity, they call it the Christ within. It's the Christ that lives, not I, said Paul or Saul in the Bible. And not to quote the Bible, but why not? Sometimes we do. It's letters in a book. And there's plenty of books and letters that are arranged in words that we can draw on. But see, even at the level of self, we might argue over this book is better and that book is worse. This movie is better and that movie is worse. Ooh, Oracle cards are bad and evil. Ooh, scary. And, using the Bible is good. So we want to get out of ourself and out of that whole dimension of self where we argue or where we could pit differences against each other and be able to come up and out into that awareness space, that serenity space. It's so simple and easy when you just adopt the concept that we are more than what meets the eye. We're this invisible thing called an observer, an awareness, a spirit living inside of a self. And in a big way, that would be called like being born again, being born in spirit, in consciousness. And so all of a sudden, like some of the Bible lines that might have been a little bit, they all of a sudden make sense. Like, how can you be born a second time? Oh, easily. I can just decide or recognize that I am an awareness living inside of myself. Self-awareness is the second birth. And that does lift me up and out and give me the freedom to be able to pause and breathe when something around me disturbs me so that I can silence my strong emotional reactions and then get an intuitive thought, an inner thought or idea on how I could be helpful or kind or constructive, or how I can respond in a way into the relationships in my life, whether it be in a marriage or in a co-parenting situation. Ooh, I have one of those. Or whether it be, just with strangers or with coworkers. I'll be able to pause and get calm and be able to go and look from an objective standpoint, not one where I'm being pushed and pulled around by the identity of myself, but where I'm free. Then I can pack good things into the world. I can bring my highest ideas into the relationships. I can show understanding and empathy. I can wield myself. I can operate my Brian in a way that's going to be constructive. And what really is going to happen there with this identity shift, I'm going to feel amazing, know that anything's possible for me because I'm free. Yeah, even if I sing off key. I can not have to be associated with any of the identity of my past, any failures or shortcomings. I don't have to be defining my identity based on that. Ooh, I know I am somebody who has a very colorful past. If I identified as what I have done in the past, I was full-blown drug addict, right? Ooh, I don't even like using those words. Labels like drug addict, labels are for food, not for people. My name's Brian, right? So up and out of myself, I'm just an observer, an awareness, a spirit living inside of Brian's personal life. And Brian can be used in the world to do great things, to do constructive things. And you can use yourself too when you shift your identity out of it and into that spiritual awareness, that consciousness place. So that's all this video is about. It was just to let you know and help you remember and recognize that we're more than just ourself. We're also an awareness of self-awareness. And if you choose to be that identity and work with it each day, it'll become more obvious, more recognizable that we are, oh my God, living inside of something called me. Wow. And which is the real me anyway, because my hands look different than they did when I was a kid. So does my face. Ooh, I had hair. What we're really looking at is that this body is just a never-ending, changing, flowing thing in the world. And our true identity has never changed once we were a kid who became aware that we are an awareness. That's why a lot of people say, I don't feel like I've changed my age at all. I feel like I'm always 20 or something. I feel like I'm always this age. Because that awareness, that consciousness exists outside of this world. It's from another world. Who said that? Jesus. He's like, my kingdom is from another world. Where I go, you cannot go. Why? Because no one's going to be able to go in that secret place where you live, where you are, the you of you, that consciousness, awareness, spiritual space. Yeah. All right. Have some fun. Being aware of yourself, know that you are safe and protected as that awareness, and that you can go into your personal world and take actions that are loving, caring, constructive, because you won't be reacting so much from the things we see around us or the behaviors and words and emotions of other people. Yeah, if you want to work one-on-one with me, let me know. I am a professional spiritual coach. Ooh, I'm an oracle card reader. I do a lot of different things. Today I'm going on a half marathon training run. You want to work with me? I can help enhance the quality of your life, or you could just get a reading that shifts your perspective on your identity and gives you more empowerment to be able to use your emotions to fuel your hopes, dreams, and goals of today and tomorrow. Take care, have fun. I'll see you again. Reach out, leave me a comment, look for my digits down below, and reach to me, and we'll do some work together. Take care. Goodbye.